have an order. Today's order. It's gonna be a little vegetable container thing, cabinet thing, where it's gonna hold vegetables. It looks like this. To start it out, we have to cut some pieces. Oh, look at that. I already cut them out. Take it away, Pastor George.
Holy moly, moly, moly.
All right, here's my tip of the day. On this side of the board, I have a really rough side. So what I'll do is, I don't obviously want that on my finished piece. So I'll take, and I need a piece that is 31.5 inches long. But what I'll do instead is I'll cut this piece at 32, flip the board around, and then cut it to 35. That way I have both finished ends, and I eliminate that bad side you get from the factory. So, tip of the day.
Holy moly, moly, moly.
Thanks for that, Pastor George. Next, I have a slight problem because I'm kind of an idiot and I didn't buy all the material that I needed. I need some 1/2-inch plywood to do the inside boxes. But the problem is all I have is this rough cut stuff. So the question is, do I want some nicer sanded stuff, or it's going to be on the inside, it's going to be with the vegetables? I just use the rough cut and just deal with it. That's the dilemma I'm having. I'm gonna have to do some thinking on that. But to starters, we're gonna start making the outside because I don't need to know that yet. Okay, so I have the pieces set out. Plan is I'm just gonna glue it. I'm not gonna put a dowel or anything through it, because last time with the other table I was doing, when I put a dowel through the bottom of it, it was starting to like bow up for some reason, so I'm gonna have to play with that for a little bit. But just gluing it should be fine. So we're just gonna face glue these slats together. All right, while the sides are gluing up, I've decided that we're just gonna use the rough cut, because not because I don't want to go to the store because I'm lazy, but because I have it. That's gonna make the project cheaper. We're gonna go with that as my excuse. But the rough cut it'll look good anyway. So we're gonna use the rough cut. So I'm gonna get cutting this out. So, I got all my pieces here, done, ready to cut out, but in order for me to do the design that I want to do, and so that the front piece can fold out, I have to cut like a radius on it. So, plan to do that is, because my protractor isn't big enough to do that, is I'm just going to use some string and a pencil. So, and a nail, so we'll see how that goes.
Holy moly, moly, moly.
Alright, so this is the basic idea of it, with the front being a full thing, and then it's going to have some chicken wire in the center there. But this is the idea. I'm going to get these pieces sanded up, and I think that we're just going to finish nail the 1/2 inch together, and then we'll either finish nail this onto the 1/2 inch, or we'll pocket hole it. One of the two, whichever one I decide, really. So we're gonna get doing that. All right, those are the front pieces. I'm thinking I'm just gonna pocket hole these, and then I'm thinking I might just glue and finish nail into that, and then I'll put the chicken wire in, and then these will be good, ready to go. So I'm pocket holing these now, and some of you might wonder why I did this triple pattern. For one reason is because if I just, well, really I did it because I want to save screws. So then you might ask, well, why didn't I just do the 1 and the 1? Reason for that is because then it would twist on the singular screw here, such as like this one here, which just has the 1. It twists. Well, now once I pocket hole the top piece on, it won't twist because of the 2 up here, where you can see that with the 2 down here, this does not twist. So that's why I did the 3, because you have to do it from both, but you also want the 2 so that it doesn't twist. So there's a tip for you.
Give a damn about a hater when I feel like it. Not today, not today, not today, not tomorrow. Get out my way, please, I'm trying to get paid. Not today, not today, not today, not tomorrow. Get out my way, please, I'm trying to get paid.
Bro, for 27 years, I ain't going for 28. Been seeing you niggas.
All right, I got the boxes all sanded up now. The plan is, I have the pocket holes here and here, and I'm gonna put chicken wire in here. And I'm gonna staple the chicken wire down. So the plan is we're gonna stain it, paint it, whatever. I don't know what she wants yet, but we're gonna do that with it. Put the chicken wire in, and then we can pocket hole it in, and then put it into the top piece, and then it'll be good. So. All right, so this will be the front face of it, with these here being the parts that fold out, and then these here are the crosses for the face. And then I'm probably gonna finish that, nail that to the front of that, and then we can put the boxes in. So I'm gonna pocket hole these two together, but I have a problem because I can't get the 2 pocket holes in here. It's just not enough material there. So I'm trying something new, and I think it's gonna work. Is I'm gonna put one on the bottom and then one on the top up here. That way I have 2 and 2 so it doesn't twist like I said earlier. Alright, so I'm getting ready to put the front face onto the rest of the box, and I'm going to try to explain how I'm going to do this as best as possible. So, these walls here, they're, instead of being parallel like they should be, they're cupped inward slightly. I think it was like 1/4 of an inch they're cupped in. And so that's bad, obviously, because we want it to be perfectly square. So what I did in order to make sure that it's square is that I took a measurement of the back wall, and then I took a measurement of the front face, and found out that the difference between them will give me a 9/16 reveal on each side, which is what I want. I want a little bit of a reveal of the front face. So I took and I marked measurements here every 9/16. So that's going to be 9/16 on this side and then 9/16 on this side. So then I'll put it up, so that I can see the lines on this side, finish nail it in, and then I'll pull it and push it and stuff so that I can see the lines on this side, and then I'll nail it in. That way the whole thing will be perfectly square. I hope that made sense. Alright, we could put some feet on it to get it up off the ground, and now we are ready to stain it. For the actual base here, we're going to go with English chestnut, and then for the top, or for the cabinets, we're going to go with Ishwich pine. So, I've been playing with these little pieces of chicken wire, and I have them pretty much set out and ready to go in. They'll sit in here like this, and then I'll just staple them in. But the only thing I want to do with them is there's some pretty big holes here. Let me see. If I hold this up, you guys can see it. There's some pretty big holes here, so if she wants to put something like smaller in these boxes, that they'll have the potential to fall through. So what I've done is I've unraveled the chicken wire, and I have these little strings here, and I'm pretty much just gonna weave them and tie them in like this or like this. Pretty much just go across those holes to make them smaller, so that she wants to put something smaller in them, they won't fall out. I ran into a bit of a problem. I went to pocket hole it on, and when I pocket holed it, it blew out the side. So not too happy about that, of course. I'm thinking that I should have put them on the outside and just, I don't know what I should have done, but the pocket holes on the inside just aren't gonna work. So the only other thing I can do is finish nail it. So that's what I'm gonna have to do. I don't really want to, but that's the only thing I can do without putting a ton of holes in it. And now I have just some holes that are just not needed. Kind of frustrating, but it is what it is. I ended up sanding the face of this just because it had some smudges and some dents and stuff that I wanted to get rid of, and I wanted to make sure that it looks as good as possible. So went ahead and sanded that, restained it,
I made these little knobs on the lathe. Went ahead and stained those. I went with gold hinges. I think it matches the whole thing good, but other than that, I think it turned out great. One thing to mention is that this doesn't open up fully, and I believe that I figured out why. So the reason why it binds up is because when I made this arc here, I had the center point of this arc here, which is where the corner of this sheet of plywood is. But that's not the center point. That's not where it pivots. It actually will pivot here. So if you want this arc, if you want this box to open up all the way, you should have the center point of this radius here, and not here. You want it here. Being with that said, I don't mind that it binds up because it stops itself and it won't come all the way down and then spill everything on the floor. So I don't mind it here because it's just enough you can get your hand in and stuff. So you have two different ways of doing it at this point. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me make this cabinet here. It's real simple to make. It's a lot of fun to make. I hope you guys learned some tips along the way. Feel free to check out my Instagram. Down in the bottom, I'll be posting pictures of this. I also post all the pictures of all my projects that I do. They'll all be on my Instagram. Link is in the description. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time.